Nick, she's
This
gonna
is a
run her
microphone?
fan. This is a microphone, and this is a microphone,
Yeah.
and that is a camera.
Light, table. Oh, this is what's a... Wait, am I supposed to say something?
Well, girl.
Oh, and that's very demure.
Wow. To think that 6 letters of a random word has just...
Have you seen any of the interviews I did on that? I mention you quite often.
You do?
Yes, because I was... Mama,
In a shitty way?
No, in a great way. I was watching... You talk about like Barbies from like the 50s or something. And you're like, she was very demure. And she was very like to herself. Like, you're describing Barbie in that era.
Oh.
So, and then like, I was like, because I collect Bratz. My whole thing was that like, I feel like I was the opposite of like a Barbie. Like, everyone thinks like the joke is like, I think I'm like the most demure person and I'm teaching the girls.
Right.
No, the joke is like, I'm the least demure person.
Right.
The whole joke is I was making fun of myself.
Can I tell you, obviously you guys, we have Jules in the studio today. I was on my sabbatical when you went viral.
Heartbreak.
When you went viral.
Heartbreak, no, literally.
So she and I only became friends in the DMs when we were, I saw you using Show Pony and then I was commenting on her shit. But maybe I'm like a real bitch because I only found you on TikTok and liked you and then found out later, oh, this is something I missed while I was gone. I didn't even really get that. I didn't get it.
It was like,
I just liked you.
it like got so crazy so fast though. Like I was a cashier and then out of nowhere.
Shout out to the cashiers. Unless you've been a waiter or a cashier, whatever, you don't know how fucking horrible people are.
And the thing is, I was a server and a hairstylist at the same time
Abused.
for 10 years.
Psychologically
abused. Abused. Do you know that one video where it's like the lady's kicking the lady out of her salon because she's like mean to her assistant or something?
Do I know that? Am I a Nicki fan?
Am I a
Pull up
Nicki
in
fan?
the Sri Lanka. Are you kidding me? That was a lot, Robin. Honestly, Robin.
Honestly, Robin.
Literally like that. Honestly, Robin, if we're not gonna like work with me here and get to some kind of resolution, you can leave with half your color on. Sharon.
No, boop.
She's awesome and she knows that I love her and she's my hero.
Imagine working like a tough day at Buffalo Wild Wings and then I had a girl
Is
like
there ever an easy day at Buffalo Wild Wings?
That was at the beginning of my transition to OMG.
What a place to work.
What a place to work.
First day in the hormones. Hello, everyone.
Pre-hormones. I just remember I went to a table once and this lady, like I'm talking like old couple, puts their menu down, looks at me, looks up and down, looks at each other, puts the menu back up, it just says, can you get us a different server?
To you?
To me. And then my manager was like, walked over there and was like, you can have her or you could get the fuck out.
That's
I was like, eat them up!
That's called being a real ally.
Yeah,
You know?
ally.
Today's video is brought to you by our friends at SeatGeek. You know, in addition to performing a lot recently, I have Solid Big Disco touring, I have Bald and the Beautiful touring. I've been going to a lot more shows. Like in the last year, I've seen Madonna, I've seen Cyndi Lauper, I saw Kylie Minogue, I really want to try to see Beyonce. And so I've been a person who's trying to stay more inspired by seeing more programs. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 ticket app. There are more than 70,000 events on SeatGeek, including me, but you know, dance parties, concerts, comedians, plays, all type of stuff. Sporting, maybe? I don't know. It's not in my search history, okay? You could see Shakira, you could see Beyonce, Sabrina Carpenter, Tyler the Creator, me. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is ranked from 1 to 10, so you know exactly how good of seats you're getting. Let's look for me. So look at this. Thursday, May 8th at 7 p.m., the Hollywood Palladium, Trixie Mattel with Snow Wife and Vincent for Solid Pink Disco. I know this venue, so I know there's different like balcony seats, but what if you don't know it? There's a whole little map right here. So let's see, let's try to buy 2 tickets, 90 bucks. Amazing deal. Plus every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And you know I'm gonna come through for you guys, so you can use the code Trixie10 to get 10% off your next seats at SeatGeek. That's 10% off your tickets with the promo code Trixie10, so you could come see me for 10% off. All right, back to that gorgeous woman speaking. What product is that?
This is the Urban Decay Face Bond.
Oh, I wanted to try that.
It's really good, actually.
like it?
It's not the right color, but it is the right texture.
I was gonna say, it does look a little light on you, don't it?
Because I like to bronze up a lot, so then I figure we'll go there. What is that?
This is Danessa Myricks.
I've been hearing about her.
Okay, this is their Moisture Repair Balm Serum, and my face is always
My face is dry. My
So
face
I like
is dry,
to-
Tina.
Because my skin, when I shave, I know is so exposed. If I put the makeup on, it'll eat the makeup. I brought you a bunch of products, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Trixie Cosmetics.
Ollie from Trixie Cosmetics and TrixieCosmetics.com.
Is that my voice?
No, it's my voice.
Oh, God.
Every time like the brands want me to make a thing for them, I don't know why I get a whole different voice. I'm like, do you see how I say very demure? Where's that coming from?
How do you think? I scream. Ask Nick. I talk like this, normal person, and then I'm like, hi, I scream. And I guess behind the scenes, they go, oh, just so you know, during the sound check, she doesn't talk very loud, and then on stage, she screams.
It's like you get like that like energizer energy. You know what I'm talking about?
Jules has, it's kind of hot in the studio today, and she brought a personal fan. So if you hear a buzzing sound, I was thinking to be on the way here, and my experience with having people be, I would say, up my ass and on my ass and up in my business as a famous person has been very gradual.
Okay.
Like I never went viral. I never like overnight had a bunch of people know who I was.
Right.
What was that like?
It was weird, if I'm gonna be so real with you.
The last person I talked to about it was Rebecca Black.
It's like, out of all the things that I could have been known for, you know what I mean? Like, I put out years. Like, I've been doing social media for 11 years. So it's like, out of all the things I could have been known for, like my makeup videos, like my doll collecting videos, like my hair, anything, I'm like, this is the thing that we got.
You never know.
You never know. And like, I'm so grateful, so honored, such a privilege. Absolutely love it. Changed my life. But it's like, it also feels like, do these people really know who I am now?
Well, this happened to, you know, I'm really close with Brittany, you know, when the kombucha thing happened.
Yes.
She had a normal job. She worked at a bank, I believe, and her boss brought her in and like almost like reprimanded her. She got in trouble for somebody took that kombucha video of her and put it like a meme about eating ass. And her job was like, do you think this is appropriate? She's like, I didn't make that. This? Also, newsflash, gay people, you know, can ruin anything. So you must have been so whacked out one day when you woke up and your phone was just, you know what Milk said to me once? When I got on Drag Race, he said, you're gonna turn off your notifications and they're never gonna be on again. Me. And that's what happens.
That's why I never know what's going on Instagram. My manager's like, oh, this person messaged you. I wouldn't know. Why would I know that? At the beginning of Demure, I had to get rid of all my like dating apps.
Really?
Because like I'd be on there trying to like get trying to get the girls. Trying to get the boys.
Trying to get the girls.
I'll never forget like this, like it's like 6'4" fitness daddy. And he messages me and he goes, not very demure.
Ew.
And I was like, ew, like see, it's one thing to message me, it's another thing to do that.
The last years of like hooking up at all was mostly been with straight guys because the gay guys all know Trixie and it makes me uncomfortable. Yes,
that's kind of like where I love where I exist in the space, because it's like most dudes I do hook up with are, you know, straight identifying. Right. So I don't even have to worry about them because they don't want anyone to know either. So it's like, oh great, now we're on the same page, you know? Like now I'm DL. now I'm on the DL, you know what I mean? Like I'm ashamed. Like, I'm ashamed to be here now.
Shut the f up. You're such a whore. That is so stupid. The problem is, the gentleman callers, when they know Trixie, it makes me uncomfortable. And when they know Trixie and hide it, they make me uncomfortable. So with the straight guys...
you know when they're hiding it, too.
You know when they're hiding it.
You know when
and
they're hiding
they're slick, and it's like, they're like, so what do you do for a living? I'm like, oh, I drive a forklift. What the f do you... I saw myself on your Instagram. What do I do for a living?
And the thing is, like, as someone who, like, has been on these apps, because, you know, well...
Horny.com.
Well, you pick up on patterns of how people talk to you.
You do.
So then it's like, I do think it's weird after this sudden internet fame that only bottoms are messaging me directly. Facebook? No other anything. Facebook? And I'll reply, diva, you're not slick. And they just blocked. And I'm like, yes, because I already knew I was one of the divas. You guys are weird.
But the straight guys, they don't know who I am. And if they figure it out, they're never going to say anything. So it's a win-win.
Because who are you going to tell?
Who are you going to tell, boo? You're going to go down to BW3s and tell the server?
BW3s.
Why do they call it BW3s?
Yeah.
There's not 3 W's in Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
BW3s? What's the 3?
Wait, now you've got me there, because I was like...
You never thought about this?
No, because I was like, it's Buffalo Wild Wings. And I was like, wait, but it's not Buffalo Wild Wings. You're making that up to fit this...
You're making it up.
You're making it up.
I have a lot of questions.
Yeah, go ahead, ask all of them.
Like I said, I've never gone viral, so I'm very interested in that experience.
It was insane. I can't wait for people to come up to me, like at work, and they're like, oh my God, like, are you the girl who made the Demure video? Because I upload so much, I didn't realize what was happening.
Sure.
So then, like, I'm not even realizing Demure's going viral or whatever, because that type of video for me, the joke always was, you see how it wasn't Demure. Like, I had several other videos before that where I'm like, you see how I go in the woods? And I was like, I go over here and I get stoned. I don't go over there and hook up with strangers like you girls. Like, it was stuff like that. But like, Demure was just the one that took off.
Nick is sitting right there.
You said, how dare you offend his kind?
That's his culture. It's not a costume.
That's where that video started from. And so then my manager's like, hey, like...
You had a manager already?
Well, no, I was still working as
the
a
restaurant
cashier.
manager. I was like, entertainment manager.
No.
They work quick, girl. No.
No, so then he's like, listen, he's like, I'm gonna put you on FMLA. He's like, and you're gonna get the fuck out of here and you're gonna go chase your fucking dreams. He's like, because there's no reason you should be here. I don't know.
Something. Girl, see, she has a lot of like abbreviations in her life and she don't ask about
No, it's like a job.
It's like leave of absence.
Yes, it's like famous leave of absence.
I don't think it's that.
It is. It's definitely that.
It's
It's very common for people to get really famous and not come back, so we need to like get this in there. Wait, this is also like in your competitor's bottle. Cracks me up.
Okay, yeah, she sits down, she goes, you know, this is your setting spray, but it's in Kim's bottle.
The priming spray. The priming spray.
The priming spray is
The priming spray. You sent me it, and then I bought several of my own.
I honestly, nothing is setting sprays. I think priming sprays do more. Depends on we have dry skin. I think priming spray does more.
Like I was at Elf headquarters yesterday, and my was falling apart.
Oh, what'd you do at Elf? Love them. Hello, Elf. Hello.
Hi, Elf. They just like wanted me to go shopping there, and then they had some like questions about like me, just like in my experience with like sweat-proof makeup, because that's kind of how I like was building my TikTok before.
Interesting.
When I was in Milan, I went to Milan Fashion Week. Like, right? Okay, so hear this: the makeup artists come right, and I bring weed pens, not realizing that that's like you're not supposed to be doing that.
Girl, are you getting arrested at the airport? No, wait. Like,
no, I was demure.
You're like, I didn't know it was weed. They're like, your TikTok says you smoke all the time.
No. I'm like, no, that's my friends. They're like, there's a video of you wearing that exact outfit right
saying
now.
I'm about to get on a plane with weed. Yeah.
No, me. Documenting my experience. The makeup artist is like, wait, is that a weed pen? And I'm like, yeah. And so then the hairstylist is like, can we hit that? And I was like, so then I get them high, basically. They're trying to do my makeup too. The makeup artist, I'm not even joking, like 3-4 times takes off my whole face.
What?
And he's like, no, we gotta redo it. We gotta redo it. To the point where like 27 minutes late, Bottega Fashion Week, like I'm sitting front row, like by Kendall Jenner. What?
That's my nightmare. The fact that people like get high and film a video could not be me, bitch.
That'd be so weird. What?
I could never. How do you talk?
How do you not? Divas, how are y'all coming on here just raw dogging it? Bald? No lube?
That's me.
Well.
I watched a few of your interviews in the last couple weeks because I knew you were coming. We've been teasing on the channel for so long. I'm so excited you're here.
Thank you.
And
I'm so excited to be here.
You talked so like openly about, I don't know if you were joking. You kept saying that like your 15 minutes is over.
Yeah.
You were like reflecting on being famous and not being famous anymore.
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because I had videos go viral for years and I feel like nothing like came from it like for years. So when this happened, it felt like so unbelievable that even now, like I'm like, well, it's a wrap. I don't know why I think that though.
You like, keep being like, well, now that I've, moved to Indiana and I'm a mother of 4, like, you keep talking like you're not actively currently a content creator.
I think it's because like in my mind, I just think that like it happens so fast that I'm like kind of like trying to get behind people who are going to be like, yep, we knew that it wasn't gonna work out forever. That's how I feel. Like I feel like it's like, well, I might as well just say to make the joke before someone else. Yeah,
it's self-deprecating in a way.
Yeah,
okay.
No, it is. That's not, which is kind of
because you know how many very famous people we've said no, don't come on the channel, on this very channel. We were thrilled to have you.
Oh wow, thank you.
But also, we live in an era now where fame is a lot more spread out than it used to be, and it's a lot more genred. You could be so famous to someone, and then somebody else has never even heard of you exist. There'll be people, even if you quit today, there'll be somebody in 10 years at the grocery store wearing like a piece of Jools merch.
That is so crazy, which by the way, get my merch in my bio. But it also just feels like when you're working with algorithms and stuff, like it's like, unless I'm getting on that bitch and you're like, very demure. Like it just seems like TikTok's like, girl, go yourself. Like,
right. It's also a conundrum too, because if you say very demure, people are like, damn bitch, stop milking it. But people run up to you and scream it.
Yes.
So what are we doing?
What's the tea? Are the girls over it or are they waiting for a shopping spree?
But look what happened to like Laganja. Like people were like annoyed with her, but still saying the shit she said all the time. And now they like love it.
I just think that sometimes people like to be mean.
Also, I'll tell you this, nobody is meaner than people who are fans of you.
Yeah.
Sometimes people who've seen me live and are hardcore fans are the ones to say the most sideways shit to me.
Yeah.
What, Brandon? I said fans, Brandon. Brandon's not a fan, but Brandon will say sideways to me. This is what you need, Jools. A hater assistant.
Oh, I have one, actually.
You need a hater
Serge right there.
Serge, what's the most up you've said to her?
The thing is, like, I've known him for like 15 plus years.
Yeah.
So that anyone who can say crazy shit to me, it's gonna be him,
What?
Yeah.
Come over here. Come over here. Come over here with what you just said. You guys, this is Serge. Come in here. So go ahead and say loud what you just said.
I think the most up thing that I've ever done to her would be probably punching her in the face.
Punch her in the face. Don't tell Brandon that.
He knew she before she was she.
Oh, you're from Chicago?
Yeah, I'm from Chicago.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, some of my oldest friends are Kim and Shea Coulee.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my hater friends, and we're all from Chicago. Like, you know, I learned how to be f***ing assholes to my friends.
So what do you think of Boys Town?
Well, you know, I haven't worked in Boys Town in a while, but you know, I don't know if you know, I used to work in Boys Town all the time.
Did you have like a little circuit type over there?
Yeah, I used to do this party called Neverland with,
Fierce.
It was like Pearl and Kimchi and Shea Coulee and the Vixen and...
I worked at the Vixen at Olive Garden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Vixen.
Shout out Vixen. No, she'd be getting ready and I'll just never forget her full Olive Garden uniform. Waiting for the bus to go to Boys Town.
You better work, bitch.
Full face.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so crazy.
You ever been to Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely.
Milwaukee doesn't get enough credit, if I'm gonna be honest.
It does not get enough credit. Milwaukee's the tea. I take the Greyhound. $9.
Oh.
Greyhound, $9 to get to Chicago from Milwaukee. And one time it broke down on the way to Boys Town and I had to, in half drag, just makeup with my suitcases, walk down the ramp of the freeway and take the bus to Boys Town in half drag. I love Chicago. Chicago's the tea. Look at these, by the way. Can't recommend these enough, these bronzing
Oh,
sticks.
I
These are so
love
hardy.
those.
Can I give you a piece of unsolicited advice?
Yes.
Something we say a lot when we make content, you know, me, Brandon, Nick, everyone.
Yeah.
You have to focus on making things for the people who really like you.
Yes.
Because the people who really don't like you, they're not really sitting at the table.
They're not, no.
It's not really...
They're not at the table at all.
And it's disrespectful to the people who love you
Yes.
to not focus on their satisfaction. It's like, oh, your husband loves your haircut. He thinks it's so sexy.
Yes.
He thinks she looks good. But some guy on the bus, they didn't like it, so you changed it.
That would
Your
never
husband
happen.
loves it.
Yes.
You
Like,
know?
baby, go get that hair cut.
Them are your titties. That's your breast augmentation.
Breast
and unless
augmentation.
somebody's gonna see them and fondle them, what they think of it. How did you get into cosmetics?
Trauma.
Well,
No,
like,
for
what was
me, it
your
was-
first purchase?
Ooh, my first purchase I'll never forget was the Kat Von D foundation or the KVD Beauty
Good
foundation.
Apple?
No, the
Oh, the first one.
the first one back in the day.
Is it Everlasting something?
the everlasting vampire
Oh,
full
Lock
coverage?
It.
Yes, because all the girls on YouTube were using it.
Your laugh is so funny. I have a really crazy laugh too, and I love when other people have really identifiable laughs.
Yes.
Yours is really your own laugh.
Thank you. And I remember like seeing these girls like 20 years old, perfect skin, and they're just like putting on this foundation, and I'm there putting it over my stubble, and I was
Work
like,
it.
but I felt so beautiful because I like was struggling with like my 5 o'clock shadow, like transitioning and shit like that.
Oh,
And
so you weren't into makeup before you transitioned?
no, that's how I got into makeup.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, interesting.
Because I started really getting into makeup, and then one day I did a full face, like lashes, everything, and I already had long hair and everything. And I remember I was like, I'm the one.
You are the one.
And then I was like, I have to see this person every day now.
And
then that was it. I just started like doing makeup, and then I went to beauty school.
Oh, what kind of beauty school did you go to?
I went to Paul Mitchell Chicago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Paul Mitchell's
Great
fierce.
instruction there.
No, I love them.
Do you
They're
miss
great.
doing hair?
I realized that I like to do hair because I like to do wigs. Not because I
Interesting.
like to do actual hair, because if you don't like your hair, you could live forever or die tomorrow.
We say that all the time. I can't believe you just said you can live forever, die tomorrow.
Live forever, die tomorrow.
We say it all the time.
I always say talent is not the only thing that should be the reason why you like do anything.
Yeah.
Just because you're talented at it, like if you're not a business person, don't make it a business. What are we doing? You know?
I mean, yes, I've learned over the years, like, I used to be all about the business, and then at this stage in my life, I feel more about the artistry. It's good. You learn over time the balance of too much business, not enough art, you get bored.
Yes.
And the balance of too much art, not enough business, you get broke.
Your pen liner,
Girl.
holy shit.
I swear to God, you could get waterboarded in that thing. And you know when people are like, it's waterproof, this is waterproof.
No. I'm one of
waterproof.
the sweatiest people who does makeup on the internet. Period. That was the only thing left on my face. Okay, do you agree that waterproof and sweatproof are two different things?
I do.
I
Because
do.
I think sweat takes makeup off more than water.
Yes, because it's like a little salty.
It's hot.
It's a
It
little-
also comes from underneath.
It comes through. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's on top. That fucking liner,
20.
oily eyelids, sweat, heat,
Exhausted.
lubricant,
Career in
wigs,
shambles.
got to be spray. It stays.
We have a new hotline coming out on Thursday. We now have hotline in brown. Deep
pot.
chocolate. Deep chocolate
Yes,
brown.
that one's insane too.
And I'm gonna use it as eyeshadow today. The girls aren't ready for what I'm about to do. Did you guys see? I don't know if I can get in here. I'm just gonna take some of this with the little spatula. You know what the problem is? You know what? I'm from Wisconsin. I have my little accent. Today I put on this outfit and I said, "Look, I have swag."
Swing.
Did you see Snow White yet?
No.
Honey, you better go spend that $45.
Is it good?
No, but that's why you should go.
Please support the dolls. That haircut
You know,
they gave that girl.
Mary Farquaad. I love her. She's giving Farquaad.
No, she's gorgeous.
Also, as a beauty person, she is she's a gorgeous gal. Her eyes are set pretty far apart.
Yeah.
And I think that middle part makes them look even further
Yes.
apart. You would want to do something with the hair and the makeup to make them
Closer, yeah.
Like Gaga's eyes are far apart, Oprah's eyes are far apart. It's a very common thing.
Yeah.
You just don't want to do anything to widen.
Yes. Like, I feel like I'm one of those people who definitely benefits more from volume than length, but I just don't give a f. Like, I can't be bothered. I do more of that. I'm like, no! I want it to be slick and I want it to touch my ass. That's
you
all
like
I need.
the super long hair.
I live for the super long hair.
Does your hair go in the toilet when you go big potty?
No.
I don't know how to ask that any other way.
No, like literally for
Do
me.
you have a banana clip on the back?
But you know what? Honestly, I'm quick to take a wig off.
When you're sucking and you say, oh, I need to hold my hair, and he says, just take it off.
One time I was hanging out with this guy. Time of my life. Giving the performances of a decade.
Right.
I'm putting this wig in buns. I'm clipping it. I'm doing a little bang. I'm plucking out hairs.
You're doing storylines.
I'm getting into it because I'm like, I'm a lady. So then we're cuddling, right? And he's like, the whole time he kept calling like me princess.
You're doing real intimacy.
Real intimacy. He's like calling me princess like the whole night. And I'm like gagging, right? He's like, my princess. Like, you're such a cute. And I go like this. And the wig in a bun topples off my head. And he goes, my prince.
Shut the f*** up. My princess. My prince.
And I was like, gag me. Yeah.
He didn't have to gather because your hair gathered itself.
It was in the dark and I had the nerve to fuddle around for the wig. Like, he already saw it. Just grab the wig.
Girl, just live in the reality.
And then I'd still pick up the wig, hold it to my head, and I walk out of the room and I go reapply it. And I come back and I act like nothing happened. How dare you?
Girl, you know what though? You can't let him have everything. You're in control.
No, yeah, that's how I'm like, this is my house. You're not gonna
controlling
see me
the
bald.
narrative. Also, you're controlling the narrative.
I was regathering my tendrils.
Yeah. Do you do your own hair? Like, all the time?
I always glue in my own wigs and all that kind of shit. But I started buying wigs from other people because I used to make my own for years.
I was gonna say, do you build the tracks onto the...
Yeah, I used to do that for years, but I just got over it. Like, I was like, girl, please.
You didn't stitch any hot
Literally.
glue?
No, I stitched.
You stitched that
So I got over it because I was like, oh, I'm spending 12 hours making wigs.
Not about this.
So I started getting my wigs from What Wigs.
Shout out to the girls at What Wigs.
Shout out to the girls at What Wigs. Because I do you ever feel like
a plastic bag?
like, do you ever feel uninspired and stupid or...
Do I? Yeah, of course.
Well, sorry to hear that. Sorry you experienced that trauma. Sorry you
Thank
brought
you.
it to the studio today.
Sometimes I want to quit. Sometimes I feel really overdragged. Sometimes I pick a day on the calendar and I go, this is the last day I'm gonna do this.
Does it feel that
It's
way?
a game that I play with myself. I go, in 2026, on this day, this will be the last day I do this. I like pick a moment in time.
That's how I've been feeling recently. Like,
But
I
I
don't want
always
to make
move to
content.
date.
Me, because I love it. Like,
I
I'm
love
like, I
it.
don't want to do it, but I do want to do it for the rest of my life.
Look at that. This whole eye is the new brown hotline. That's it. And then I'm just gonna do white and black liner and it'll be over.
Over, sweetie.
Because then I'm like, I could go do entire gigs with no eyeshadow palettes. I can bring 3 hot lines. We also have 2 new lip liners.
Oh, hell yes.
Oh yes. We have.
Your lip liners are the only ones that are like everything proof. I've used them completely up though.
They're horny. I got cherry chip, which looks just like our cherry chip lighter. Gorgeous. Look at that. That could be you, but you play too much. It's like a baked Merlot.
It's like a baked, kind of effervescent, see-through but opaque, dark but light, mid-tone but also high tone.
That's like how I know I'm a fat. I'm like, it's not brown, it's cognac.
No, literally.
And then we now have Eden lip liner, which perfectly matches Eden lipstick.
Ah! That's the one.
I'm gonna wear these today.
That's the f***ing one, bitch.
I'm gonna wear these today.
Oh, I love your products genuinely.
Thank you. We do a great job. And you know, everybody at Trixie Cosmetics, we love making the products. You say you want to get into doing comedy, like stand-up?
I think stand-up, maybe like,
Would you ever do your own like reality program?
yes, I'd love to do something like kind of like documenting my transition. Like something like the Kardashians meets like The Office, like that kind of vibe. Like kind of like a parody of a reality show.
Sure.
I like that. I like the idea of that. I've always been into music. I've always wanted to like get into music too. That's like one of the biggest things I want to get into next. But
Do you like to sing?
I love to sing and rap. But I feel like I like to do it for fun. And I feel like Brittany Broski kind of, where I'm like I feel like she was like being funny about it, but like she was low-key good at it.
I know. She's like, what if I just sang?
No, that's
You know?
very me, where I'm like, no, like, I'm like, wouldn't that be so funny, guys? But I'm like, wait, but wouldn't it?
What type of men do you like? Are there any like, oh my gosh,
Gross.
not
Like gross, big, Harry.
Dirty old men.
Not dirty old men, but like
Creepers.
like 42. Like 42 years old. Like
Is 42 automatically gross?
not gross. When I mean gross, I mean just like mechanics.
Damn, shout out to the 42-year-olds.
like mechanics, like hard workers, like
Mary, there's porn about that. That's
yeah,
not gross.
yeah. No, but
you need
to
to
me,
redefine your definition of gross.
no, but I want them. I want them unshowered as well, though. That's the problem.
Oh, so dirty old men.
I'm like into so many different kinds of men too, but I think they all have like a kind of like flowing theme of like being like assholes.
Yeah, the only thing mine have in common is that they eventually realize they don't like me.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not even too
deeply relatable. My thing is too, though, I have this weird, and I know it's just me being insane. Where like I don't want to ever be with anyone who knows who I am, but I also. What do you mean you don't know who I am?
You are so fucking. Sometimes I feel like with gay people, with YouTube, I've been on YouTube for so long.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen me on YouTube, you've been actively avoiding me.
Yeah.
At this point, you've been seeing me as the thumbnail and saying no. Because the way the algorithm works, if you watch one Trixie video, you will get stalked by me on your homepage for the rest of your life.
It's like when your mom finds out you like Pop-Tarts.
Girl!
And that's the only thing that
she bought.
Yes.
That is what it is. Oh my gosh, can I ask, how did you get into Bratz?
Just like as a kid, like I think being naturally like a Barbie fan, and then collecting Barbies, and then Bratz coming out of them being like the new cool thing, and I was like, oh okay, like I want to get into that now. See, my thing is like we wouldn't have Bratz without Barbie, and no one likes to admit that.
No one likes to admit that.
So I stand that I love both, and I think we can have both.
I'm gonna do all my black and white hotline off camera, and she's gonna do some pieces, and we're gonna come right back.
I've been getting a lot of comments recently where people are like, yes, bitch, I see it.
See what?
Well, you just saw when you put that lash on you. I felt that.
I have a friend who calls it my face.
Yes!
When I get a dragon in the picture, I'm like...
Mine, I feel like it's always like, I don't even realize it, but the whole day I'll be like this.
That's so funny.
And then I get home and I'm like, ooh.
It's funny what the girls feel like they look the best. And sometimes you have that friend where you go, we take a picture and they go like...
My favorite thing is men on dating apps, because I'm like, you thought that was the picture. Like that was the one
you
to
thought
them.
it's like, that's what you're going to say to them. Bitch, you thought.
You thought, because oh my God. Some of these people look like they died 14 days ago.
Damn! Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have an older brother, 2 younger brothers, and then 2 younger sisters.
Wow.
Yeah, because my dad, my mom, my parents split. They had different kids and different people, that whole situation. So yeah, I have a lot of siblings, and they're all so gagged by me. Like, I was the black sheep, and now I'm like the one.
Oh my God. Mary, my family is completely ungagged and unaffected.
That's not what I thought you were
No,
gonna
they
say.
are completely ungagged, unaffected, unbothered, uninterested, and ultimately disengaged. My mom, literally, I'd be like, well, I sold out Radio City Music Hall. That bitch would be like, whatever you gotta do to make money.
Like, my dad just like doesn't get it. He's actually the one that's like,
So are you like Demure?
No, my dad was like, why do you keep saying that? I keep hearing people say that. And I was like, that's like my thing. It's like, wait, you started that? This is over Christmas.
My favorite thing is when you're dating a guy and they realize at some point that some phrase that gay people say constantly came from you.
Yes.
This has happened to me where someone goes, oh, I realized that's from And I'm like, yes, it is. You think people are just screaming that? You think they came up with that? You think you're just you think that bitch, all these gay guys go to trivia and they all have the same 5 team names. You think those are the creative geniuses behind blank? I don't fucking think so.
They said,
not
listen.
Marty from HR. She don't know
You know what? Okay, I know you know this exact experience where the people, every gay person from every PR, like, is the reason why you're on that PR.
Baby, can I tell you, every time I get on like a TV show or something, I'm like, who do I send the fruit basket to? Which gay intern?
Which one was it?
Somebody put my name up there. I'm gonna put on some Plush Bunny. I have this kind of pinky blush on, but...
Your blushes. Ugh.
It's horny. It's very horny.
Well, I'm doing a collab with and my favorite.
You guys can't tell, she just said the Republican administration.
I did get a brand deal offer for them, which shattered the politics for me.
Stop.
That shattered politics for me.
What did they want you to do?
Like the Republicans, they wanted to pay me.
We think that rights aren't very demure.
No, they were like, they wanted me to go to like was it the RNC? Is what it's called? And they're gonna pay me
Hook?
And they're gonna pay $95,000 for that.
To do what?
To just go. Just to go.
Get the cool queer young youths.
Yeah.
And you didn't take it?
No, I didn't take it. I was like, that's career ending, I feel.
You know what? So that's why you didn't take it? Because it's career ending?
I felt so.
Damn, bitch. I was supposed to say, I would have never gone, no matter how much money. This is cherry chip
she's
liner.
going dark.
Yeah, I don't know. Should I get wild?
What?
I don't know. Is that too crazy?
No, I wanna
kind of
see
want to
it.
wear. This isn't like a lot of eyeshadow, so I kind of want to wear a dark lip. You think that's insane?
That's not a lot of eyeshadow?
I'm not wearing any eyeshadow.
Oh.
This is just the liners.
But you know they take the presence of eyeshadow now.
Take the presence of eyeshadow, girl.
The other day I was adjusting my necklace and I punched myself in the mouth.
That's what when I hit you, I'm gonna say I was just trying to adjust your
just
necklace.
adjusting-
I don't think a man hitting you would go over very well.
Oh no. Because my thing is, whoever you get under this wig is between you and God.
I hope you have a wonderful relationship when you have one.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
You know?
that. Do you ever feel like this a little bit where like now that you started being more successful or whatever it is that like you kind of like have like stepped away from like thinking about relationships?
No.
No?
I always love love. I don't know what's
Well,
wrong
no,
with
like
me.
I love love, but I feel like now I don't feel the need to chase. Like, bitch, I'm the prize. Like, young, blonde, successful, funny. What do
True.
you bring to the table, bitch?
Yeah.
I'm the entire table.
No, I think, however, I think the best thing is to feel that way without measurable success, right? We all want to
True.
feel like the
True.
prize.
True.
Because ideally you find somebody who doesn't really give a shit that you're successful.
Ugh.
Aren't those Makeup Forever pencils amazing?
Everything.
Everything. Well, we have Cherry Chip. I think that's going to be too dark for me, even though it's this buttercream formula. Yeah, I think that's going to dry. Well,
No, I think it'll be cute.
the purple could be cute. And then I'm going to have to do this like vampy look though, and I always feel very someone else, some other woman.
Yes,
Switch my
yes.
wig, make them feel like a cheating. I need to get in here.
Oh, that's gorge.
Yeah, because I'm afraid if I go dark, I'll lose that contour a little bit. You know? Is it too late in life to learn how to blend my lips? Like, I've been trying to do a better job blending my lips.
I just think that it doesn't make that much sense for you to blend them too much, though. Because the rest of your face, I feel like, is structured. If the lips are too blendy, then like,
Unblended.
what's going on?
You said the rest of your face is unblended.
I said structured.
I'll see you at the RNC, bitch. Wait, it's Britney.
It's Neo, bitch.
Every time I turn the lights on.
Oh, I love
You know what it gives? Do
that.
you remember Coco Montree's talent show? Like,
Oh my God, Coco Munchies.
I gotta put an outfit on and then we'll be right back. My delusion is I think this lip is a dark lip. I think this is goth fam. That's my
It's fully nude.
I did After Midnight and Gillian, Jacobs. Hi Gillian. Gillian had this dress on and I went, I love your dress. I love your pink dress. This is so cool. And she goes,
love that.
And she goes, oh, I'll have them send it to you. So Rachel Antonoff sent this. I just couldn't believe it fit me. Ladies, I'm a size 16 in drag and this is like, I don't think this is their biggest size. So this is a gaggy little dress.
No, I thought this was you know the pink phone from
Oh.
I thought that's what that was. I thought it was custom.
I'm gonna start telling people it is. Rachel Antonoff, I'm gonna tell people it's a custom dress.
No, I
Sorry.
thought it was custom. I thought it was custom.
You guys, Jools made it to the channel. Thank you
Divas.
so much for coming.
Thank you for having me, Diva. It's a dream.
I wish you continued success and I hope that all your dreams continue to come true.
Thank you. Same for you, Diva, and I hope that you get more custom dresses.
Girl. Can you tell, I mean, it's impossible to believe people might not know how to follow you, but can you tell them how to follow you?
Divas, all social media channels at Giuliani, or if you're interested in the Very Demure podcast, it's the Very Demure podcast on YouTube. And now we're out.
And now we're out. Do you have something to do after this?
I have to go do a thing with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, you got your glam on then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
great.
ready.
Well, say hi to Jennifer Aniston. She's a friend of mine.
Oh, of course.
It's not true. Yeah, she has no idea who I am.
Jennifer loves the dolls.
You should just tell her, oh, Trixie Mattel says you're close personal friends.
I'm like, Trixie Mattel, you're one of your close confidants?
Yeah.
In the room of your birth?
Your daughter.
Your daughter?
Yeah. Bye.
Bye, divas.